And go.
Record. Hi, my name's Alex Wu, founder of Nerds in Black. Today, this is actually a video from my Communications 1A class. I'm going to be showing you how to do a basic upgrade for your modern computer or laptop. Only parts you'll need are this right here. It's just a standard toolkit. It could be any screwdriver, as long as it fits the computer you have. This is going to show you, this is my daily computer. This is a shout out to my Communications 1A class, which is what I'm making this video for, is to show you how to do any basic upgrade for your laptop. So I'm going to shut down the computer. Make sure that it's fully off, especially nowadays since most laptops tend to have a built-in battery, especially MacBooks, HP. Their Ultrabooks are the only way to get them this thin and light is by providing a built-in battery to save on the weight of the plastic that encases modern batteries. So we wait for this to shut down. I'm just going to get ready. I'm going to be using a number 1 Phillips head screwdriver, and I won't be needing the rest of this kit. So my computer is fully off. You're going to want to close the lid and turn it over. You're going to see right here, so right here, you're going to be undoing pretty much all of these screws on the back cover. This is the HP Envy 2013 edition, I believe. And so you're going to want to start taking these off in a systematic manner. This screwdriver is magnetized, so it makes it a little bit easier to keep track of the screws you take out. You won't, so you're going to be taking off all the corners first as you go around the perimeter of the back cover. And this is actually the first basic step you'll ever have to do in order to do any sort of repair. Say, for example, your screen goes out, it gets cracked, anything like that happens, you're going to have to remove all these screws. So get used to doing this if you plan to do any and all of your computer repairs. You don't have to keep track of these particular screws because they're actually all going to be identical. It's one nice thing they did for us when they made it more difficult for us to do computer repair. I'm sure many of you have gone to Fry's or Best Buy to get your computer repaired or upgraded, especially RAM. With Windows 10.1 coming up, minimum required is 4 gigabytes. However, it's highly recommended to have a minimum of 8 gigabytes of RAM. See, so this one's a little bit longer. I'm going to have to make sure I keep track of this one. This one came out of here. Got 2 more. And don't worry, your screen's not going to fall off. They did, if you take out the wrong screws. They used to in the older HP laptops, from my experience. So there we go. And this, so here we're going to be removing the plastic. It's actually kept in by tabs along the edge. So if you really want to, you could use like an old credit card or something like this, a separator tool for the plastic. I've done this enough times that I think I've actually loosened the tabs, so it's not an issue. So you can start this corner right here, and just slide your fingernail under there and work your way around. And this is your modern computer, modern laptop. Don't worry about that. So I'll just point out everything here, just so you kind of have a lay of the land. This is your battery. As you can see, it takes up the most room in your laptop. I actually need to dust this a little bit. I'll do that later. And so you got your battery here, your hard drive here, 2 screws, pops right out. That's your backup battery that keeps the time on your laptop. This is a solid state drive. This allows my computer to boot up and shut down faster because it caches it. I'll go into that in a future video. These two are your RAM slots. This is the most important upgrade for most laptops, especially if you're going to be upgrading the OS, like so going from OS X Lion to Mountain Lion or something like that. Here you have your Ethernet card, USB ports, all the fun stuff that you see from the outside. Processor is actually going to be right here and here where the fan is, heat sinks. You're going to have your speaker, or I think that's a HP special subwoofer for their speakers. Connecting ribbons for your laptop hinge, so that you're going to want to be really careful there. If you mess that up, you might change your display to like orange or something. If you pry these two out barely, it's spring loaded, so it'll pop out and it comes right out. This is I believe it's a 4 gigabyte module of RAM. So I am going to be needing an upgrade soon. Luckily, HP was nice enough to have an empty slim DIMM slot for another upgrade of RAM. I'm just going to put this right back. Eventually, I'm going to either have to put another 4 gig stick, or if I want to future proof it, I'm going to take that out and put in one 8 gig, and then in the future I can put one more 8 gig for a total of 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's the most that most consumers will ever need. If you need more, you're probably looking at some sort of illustration or animation type application. Anyways, I don't want to take apart any of these because this is my daily use computer, so I don't want to put unnecessary strain on the motherboard. You have to keep in mind, every time you take this apart, you're putting wear and tear on the screws. They're not designed to be opened up daily like older laptops and desktops. Anyways, right here you can see, if you zoom in, right here, this is actually a connector for the keyboard. It goes through the motherboard, and if I remove the battery, you would see a little bit more of how it connects to the keyboard. If you look at it, this is actually extremely thin. This is all metal backing. The motherboard actually only takes up now about this much space. And that includes your processor, your RAM, your connectors for any peripherals, such as right here, your USB, auxiliary, and power inputs right here. So be very careful if you don't know what you're doing. Look up more YouTube videos to see what other people have done, what kind of mistakes have been made, and anything like that. And I'm just going to go quickly put this together. So this is the bottom half. This is what's always resting on your lap, computer, or desk, or whatever. As you can see, they have some foam shock absorbers and low tech. All your serial numbers for any replacement parts that they may need if you did a warranty, that sort of thing. Anyways, you're gonna just put this right back here and lightly, go around the edges, press down. Hear all the snaps going into place. And remember earlier we had that extra long screw, so since that's the only one of it, we're going to be putting that back in right here by the upper left, or if the computer's sitting on orientation, upper right. And you only need finger tight. You don't want to over tighten it because that'll crack the plastic. If you have it too loose, don't worry, because it actually has this goop at the end of it, and that actually keeps it within the threads. And like I mentioned earlier, all of these screws are identical, so as you can see, I'm just kind of taking from a pile from when I took it apart. And this toolkit right here, I think you can get it for about $3 or $4 on Amazon. It just ships directly from China or wherever they may be, or someone that imported it from China. If you're paying more than $20 for a kit like this, you've paid way too much. So I'm just going to fast forward through here, since I'm just literally putting in screws. Pause. Just hit the